Nationwide, World at Noon for this afternoon, Monday, December 29, 2025. Police divisions in Western Jamaica account for the largest reduction in homicides across the country in 2025. NPTAJ urges the government not to relent in its push for a full resumption of classes in January 2026. And in international news, Thailand accuses Cambodia of breaking newly signed ceasefire deal. The details after the break.
The Midday News is brought to you by Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. Commissioner of Police Dr. Kevin Blake says the police divisions in Western Jamaica, which in past years have contributed significantly to the murder tally, are now recording the greatest reduction in homicides. Dr. Blake provided a review in his end-of-year message on Sunday. Mahira Stewart reports.
As at December 27 this year, 666 people have been killed across the island. This is the first time since 1996 that fewer than 1,000 Jamaicans have been murdered in a calendar year. Police divisions in Western Jamaica have contributed significantly to the reduced murder tally across the country. Leading the decline is Area 1, which consists of the Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland police divisions. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake notes that these divisions account for the greatest source of reduction in homicides in the country for 2025.
As we know, in past years, this part of the country represented the largest contributor to increased violent statistics. This year, Area 1, led by ACP Glenn Miller, represents the greatest source of reduction. Across the western parishes, murders and shootings have fallen sharply, and overall major crimes have declined significantly. Murders have plummeted 57%, shootings are down 48%, and overall major crimes have fallen by 35% across Western Jamaica.
St. James recorded a 58% decline in murders, moving from 124 last year to 52 so far this year. In Westmoreland, murders are down 61%. Hanover has recorded a 54% reduction, while murders are down 46% in Trelawney. Dr. Blake reported mixed results across Area 2.
St. Anne, St. Mary, and Portland, the picture is more mixed but remains manageable. St. Mary recorded a reduction in murders, while St. Anne experienced an increase, reminding us that progress is neither automatic nor uniform. Portland, where there were serious concerns with respect to murder at the earlier part of the year, is now experiencing a 23% reduction.
According to the police commissioner, adaptive policing strategies across Area 3 reaped good results in 2025.
Clarendon recorded a 42% reduction in murders, alongside reductions in shootings and overall major crimes. St. Elizabeth achieved a 50% reduction in murders, continuing the recovery that began in the latter half of last year. In Manchester, murders declined by 38%, although other crime categories require continued attention. The results in Area 3 underscore the importance of sustained leadership and adaptive policing strategies in responding to evolving crime dynamics.
And in Area 4, Dr. Blake noted that St. Andrew South, one of the toughest divisions to police, recorded a 38% reduction in homicides.
Kingston Central with a 33% reduction, Kingston West down by 43%, St. Andrews Central down by 62%, St. Andrews South, one of the toughest divisions to police, reduced murders by 38%. These outcomes are particularly important given the density, complexity, and historical challenges of policing the corporate area.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile, Commissioner Blake is crediting intelligence-led operations for the solid progress made in crime reduction across Area 5.
St. Catherine North, St. Catherine South, St. Andrew North, and St. Thomas, the data shows solid progress against violent crime in 2025, particularly murders and shootings. St. Andrew North reduced murders by 50%, while St. Catherine North and South recorded reductions of 33% and 40% respectively. These are significant outcomes in divisions that have historically carried heavy crime pressures. St. Thomas, while recording only a marginal reduction, continues to maintain relatively low numbers. Shootings have also declined across most of Area 5, reinforcing the impact of intelligence-led operations and sustained firearms interdiction.
But Dr. Blake is concerned about an increase in sexual offenses across sections of the area.
We have seen increases in reported sexual offenses in parts of the area, reminding us that our work must remain balanced, strong enforcement, but equally focused on victim-centered policing and prevention. Overall, Area 5's performance reflects disciplined leadership, steady operational control, and meaningful progress in saving lives, even as it remains a key strategic focus going into 2026.
Dr. Kevin Blake, Police Commissioner. He was speaking during his end-of-year message on Sunday. More than 35,000 Jamaica Public Service Company JPS customers in the parishes worst affected by Hurricane Melissa recently had their electricity restored. Energy Minister Darrell Vaz provided the update on his social media on Sunday. He disclosed that electricity was restored to 35,672 JPS customers in Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Hanover, St. James, and Trelawney in December. He added that the Black River Police Station has been reconnected to the grid in the last 24 hours. According to the Energy Minister, over 102,000 JPS customers in the worst affected parishes were still without electricity up to a month ago. He pointed out that full restoration for these customers was set for June 2026. But Minister Vaz noted that due to the government's intervention, providing JPS with a $150 million loan, work has been accelerated and is continuing throughout the holidays. Meanwhile, Minister Vaz says the first of 2 barges loaded with equipment to further enable the additional 300 contracted JPS linesmen arrived on the island on Sunday. He says the vessel contained 104 specialized vehicles, including bucket trucks, diggers, and excavators. The National Parent-Teacher Association of Jamaica, NPTAJ, is urging the government not to relent in its push to have a full resumption of classes in January 2026. Rumblings recently emerged questioning whether all is in place for the complete resumption of school following the devastating impact of Hurricane Melissa. The prevailing concern is about the infrastructure of some of the schools, especially those that are still being used as shelters. But NPTAJ President Stuart Jacobs wants the government to establish field schools similar to field hospitals so that no more learning time is lost.
I think what needs to be done is to look at it by a case-by-case basis. And I've been asking for it for the longest time, and I don't know what is holding it up. I know it might be the cost to do it, but to have field classrooms, similar to what they do with field hospitals, they have field classrooms. We've been asking for it because it would ease the pressure of the school, of the classrooms, and allow the teaching process to begin or to be continued.
Mr. Jacobs also wants the government to explore remote learning options, but only if it can be facilitated by appropriate connectivity.
To fast track getting connectivity to some of these areas where the children can stay home and do the classes at home with the devices that are provided by government and the connectivity provided by government. To look at whatever space is still available to have them there. But you can't have this happening. It is happening too. It is too long. It's lingering too long, and decisions have to be made.
Stuart Jacobs, NPTAJ President. To regional and international news. Regional, a man suspected of fatally stabbing 9 people, including his 5 children, in Suriname's capital, Paramaribo, has died by suicide in police custody. The authorities have identified the man only by the initials DA. In a statement on Monday, the police say the 43-year-old man was found hanged in a cell on Sunday. The massacre occurred on Saturday. Neighbors say the violence followed a phone argument between the suspect and his estranged wife. DA allegedly attacked his children with a knife and then went after neighbors inside their homes. Police say a sixth child and another adult were seriously wounded. International, Thailand's army has accused Cambodia of breaching a newly signed ceasefire deal reached after weeks of deadly clashes that forced nearly 1 million people from their homes. In a statement, the Thai army said more than 250 unmanned aerial vehicles were detected flying from the Cambodian side on Sunday night. The ceasefire took effect at noon local time on Saturday. Both sides agreed to freeze the front lines where they are now, ban reinforcements, and allow civilians living in border areas to return as soon as possible. It had been seen as a breakthrough, which came after days of talks between both countries, with diplomatic encouragement from China and the U.S. In a statement on Monday, the Royal Thai Army said Cambodia's actions constitute provocation and a violation of measures aimed at reducing tensions. It added that they were inconsistent with the terms of the ceasefire. It also said it may need to reconsider the release of 18 Cambodian soldiers held in Thailand since July. Meanwhile, according to AFP news agency, Cambodian Foreign Minister Prak Sokhonn has described the incident as a small issue related to flying drones seen by both sides along the border line. It comes just hours after China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi praised the hard-won ceasefire, and U.S. President Donald Trump praised the rapid and fair conclusion. To an item of sports, British boxer Anthony Joshua was injured in a motor vehicle crash in Ogun State, Nigeria on Monday. The crash claimed the lives of two persons, including the driver of the vehicle. The 36-year-old Joshua, who was born to Nigerian parents, is said to be nursing only minor bruises from the incident. Joshua was recently involved in a high-profile bout with YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul. The Brit won the matchup via a 6-round knockout. And that's it for the news at 12. News will be next at 5 p.m. I'm Tana Thomas. You can find the news on our website at rivanews.ai and on the Riva News app, available on Google Play and the App Store. Good afternoon.
The Midday News was brought to you by Total Tools. Every tool, every trade. Success powered by learning. The Time brought to you by Sandals Corporate University. Come grow with us is
12:14.
The following Christmas safety tip is brought to you by the Firearm Licensing Authority. Planning to travel overseas for the holidays? Always ensure that your firearm is properly stored before you leave. Licensed firearm holders must leave their firearms at the Firearm Licensing Authority, FLA, or the nearest police station prior to departure. Never leave your firearm unattended at home or susceptible to theft. Taking this responsible step ensures your safety and the safety of others while also complying with the law. The preceding Christmas safety tip was brought to you by the Firearm Licensing Authority.
Are you a registered charity clearing charitable items during the holiday and in the new year? Here are some reminders from the Jamaica Customs Agency to assist you with your clearance. Ensure you have a valid copy of the Certificate of Registration from the Department of Cooperatives and Friendly Societies, a letter of authorization if applicable, the signed special declaration, the bill of lading or airway bill, your packing list, your invoice or receipts, a valid tax compliance certificate, and the relevant permit and licenses where applicable. Also, ensure that shipments are consigned to the charity at the registered address and that donations for schools are consigned to the National Education Trust. For customs-related queries, you may contact Jamaica Customs at 876-922-5140-8 or email public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Do it for your best life. Do it. Go check your HIV status. Do it. So keep your life trending, no pretending. Me I tell yourself it, do it for you, do it for you. Every time you are link with a condom, coulda Ozzy, coulda wife.